Okay, so in yesterday's Football Club History series video, we looked at MK Dons. Today we're looking at AFC Wimbledon, and both clubs share a similar foundation story as they are both basically successors of the old Wimbledon FC, the old crazy game. Now, AFC Wimbledon is older than MK Dons by 2 years. They were founded in 2002 by angry and really fed up fans of Wimbledon Football Club who were angry at the direction that the club was taking, the proposed move to Milton Keynes, and they were pissed off at the Football League as well to a certain extent. So three fans really instigate the foundation of AFC Wimbledon. So the club was founded by fans, as I say, in protest at the planned and the eventual relocation of Wimbledon FC to Milton Keynes. Now, the three main fans who are the driving force behind the club are Chris Stewart, Mark Jones and Trevor Williams. They met in the Fox and Grapes pub on Wimbledon Common in May 2002. And by the 30th of May, it has been decided to form a brand new entity of AFC Wimbledon. And in that summer, they go through the process of setting up and registering the club and registering players. They did open trials, and over 200 people turned up to try out for the brand new AFC Wimbledon. So the club is formed. In the 2002-2003 season, the combined Counties League Premier Division is the division they are put in the non-league. Within 2 years, they've made the Isthmian League. Within 4 years, they've made what was the conference, which is now the National League system. By 2011, the club has made it to the Football League. They have been promoted to Football League 2. By 2016, they've been promoted to League 1. And obviously, at the end of last season, they were relegated from League 1 back to League 2, but they're still a Football League side. So, what have we learnt from all this? Well, what we've learnt is 20 odd years ago, the Football League and the Premier League and the FA, they really didn't take fans as seriously as they do now. And what we've also learned is in the last 20 years, the Football League will never, ever, ever attempt relocation ever again. I honestly don't believe that the Football League or the FA or the Premier League will ever allow a club to completely relocate from a community ever again. The relocation of the old Wimbledon FC created such a stir in the sport that not only fans of what is now AFC Wimbledon, who've become everyone's second favourite club, it seems, but football fans up and down the country really dislike MK Dons. Now, as I said in the MK Dons video, I really appreciate what MK Dons have done in the community of Milton Keynes with the academy and youth projects and disability projects and the women's team. It was how the club was set up, how MK Dons became a football club. How AFC Wimbledon became a football club is completely different. That was a fan-led idea to try and keep the sport in Wimbledon locally at community level. And what is also really heartwarming is they're now playing at Plough Lane, 250 yards away from the old Plough Lane. They obviously got planning permission eventually, and for a long time they were playing in Kingston upon Thames, ground sharing with Kingstonians and Chelsea Women's Football Club. They now have a new Plough Lane, which is a fantastic facility, and it's on the old site of the old Wimbledon Greyhound track. So it's a redeveloped site, and it literally, you can see the old Plough Lane from the current Plough Lane, basically. 250 yards. That is fantastic. So they moved back in there. So they've got the traditional home back, basically. Two fun facts about AFC Wimbledon. The longest unbeaten run in English football at 78 matches. So the Brian Clough Nottingham Forest of the late 70s and Arsene Wenger's Invincibles, who had, I think, about 40 games each. Something like that, about 46 games, 48 games. Yeah, well, AFC Wimbledon did 78 matches unbeaten between February 2003 and December 2004. So quite a long time there. Nearly 2 years, and they've also been promoted 6 times in 13 seasons. They've only ever had one relegation since being formed as a football club in 2002. That is also ridiculous. Now we look at their main rivals, MK Dons, obviously, although a lot of fans don't even consider MK Dons rivals because they don't see the legitimacy of the club. There you go. Crawley Town for geographical reasons, and Sutton United. Now, Sutton United played the first ever match in AFC Wimbledon's history as a friendly, which is fantastic. The first ever match that AFC Wimbledon played was against Sutton United. Now, these three clubs, AFC Wimbledon, have rarely met due to obviously being in the non-league for predominantly most of the time. Crawley Town and Sutton United is more geographical, but MK Dons obviously for the history behind it. And but the fan base is split on whether they should consider MK Dons as true rivals, considering that a lot of them don't consider them really. They consider the club dubious and illegitimate, so they don't really consider them rivals. So there's a lot of dismissive attitudes towards MK Dons. So there we go. They hold the longest unbeaten run in English football ever, and promoted 6 times in 13 seasons. That is also a pretty good record, and in a very short space of time, in just under 21 years, they've gone from foundation in the non-league to being established in the Football League. That is a far better record than the original Wimbledon Football Club. I'll have you know, the original Wimbledon FC weren't as. Yes, they won an FA Cup in there, but that meteoric rise from a fan protest group all the way through to a Football League club, AFC Wimbledon. There you go. And I think everyone's sort of soft. Everyone's got a little soft spot for AFC Wimbledon. Really, if you think about it, we want to see them do well. We want to see the crazy gang further up the Football League pyramid, like the original crazy gang. Because I will always call AFC Wimbledon the crazy gang, because the fans literally went, "We're not having this. We're not being treated like crap. We don't trust the Football League. We're going to start up our own clubbing process." So Chris Stewart, Mark Jones and Trevor Williams, thank you very, very much for obviously giving us AFC Wimbledon. Thank you very much from me. Please place your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll have some more content for you very, very soon.